What's up, all? So today we're going to look and see if the DeWalt folding tables actually make that much of a difference on the DeWalt 375. Let's get it started. So as with any planer, you always end up with snipe or some form of snipe. Some might be worse than others, but I did go out and I bought these DeWalt folding tables. Surprisingly, they were not on the Home Depot site. You couldn't buy them online and you couldn't buy them in the store, which I was a little bit surprised about, but I did get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below for you to check these out. They're only around $45, $49. Showed up in 2 days, so that's not bad. But we're going to put these on here. I want to see how easy it is to put these on or how hard they are to put on. And I'm going to see if they actually work well to help eliminate some of that snipe. Now before I put these on, I'm going to do a test piece, and you can see here this was ran through already. You can see it's a little bit right here, and we're going to see if we can eliminate that. The one thing I will tell you, and I'll probably do this at the end of the video, we're going to switch around the blades. I've only had this for about a week. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if you can pick this up, but check out that line right there. Already have a nick in the freaking blades. Not cool. So we're going to try to switch those blades around because they are reversible, and we'll see if we can take that out. Alright, we're going to turn this on now. I do have a full review for this planer. I'm going to put a card right up above for you to check it out. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to run this through. I'm going to do very little. I'm just going to try to grab it at the end, and we'll see what we end up with when it comes to snipe on the front or the back. Alright, you can see it right here. Major snipage. And we're going to see if we can eliminate that. We're going to throw those tables on right now. We're going to see how easy this is, or again, how hard it is. Let's open up the box. Now, in case you are all wondering, and it's usually the question you get, is there the back and the front table? Yes, you get them both in the package. So you get the one for the front and one for the back. You get the directions, and you get a couple pieces of hardware here. So you get some Allen bolts, a couple springs. We'll check these bad boys out. We'll put them on. So as you can see, the directions, they got some pictures here, but I don't know how helpful this is going to be. I'm going to push through all these steps here, saying that I got to lift this thing up. Get up underneath here. I don't know. Alright, first thing I did, I'm going to raise this all the way up as high as it can go, so that's out of my way. And then I am going to have to slide this up a little bit so I can get into this area. I'm going to see if I can actually put a piece of wood under here, maybe raise this up a little bit, because this table, I got to get a new one, kind of wobbly. Don't really trust it being over on the front edge like that, because I'm worried about tipping. But I'm going to put some wood here, lift it up, and do what they say to do. Alright, so we got a couple pieces of wood under there. I don't think it's going to get in the way. Let's put our first bolt in. Alright, so we got our spring and our step bolt. We're going to put this over on top like so. Now, we're going to put it on that top hole. And we're going to put it in just like so. And you can push in. That must be like a release, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, let's go on the other side, do the same thing. Now this is the front of the machine where you actually feed in. You're going to have to do the same thing, I'm guessing, on the back end. Alright, same thing on that side. Now let's grab the other ones here, down here. Alright, so this is where they want you to put the little nut on the bolt here. And it's up underneath, you can feel it on that step. So of course this is why they want you to raise it or bring this table out. If I can get my hand up in there, that's where you need to put the nut, and then just tighten that down all the way. Unfortunately now, I'm going to have to get a wrench in there, tighten that bad boy up. So let me do that. You can see it pulls it in, you're still going to be able to push that like so. But make sure you tighten that up. You don't want that falling out, especially with the vibration. And if anything, if you want to come up a little bit higher, you might need to come up a little bit higher, or you can bring this out. It does get in the way a little bit, because you do got to get a wrench in there. I mean, I'll be able to do it, but just an FYI tip, I'm learning as I go here. You might want to bring this up a little bit higher, or extend it out past that table, and not have to worry about this at all. That way you can get your wrench and tighten that down. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this over a little bit. Now I can have a little bit more room. I think that'll work. I got my 10mm here. You're actually going to have to use a wrench because the socket wouldn't fit in there for me. So let me find this here. Push that in. Alright. I'm just going to turn it until it stops. That's tight. And it works. Alright, this one's done. Let's move it over to the other side. Tighten that one down. Now, I noticed when you go to hand tighten these, you might want to push that in and then hand tighten it, because it was wanting to hold up, and when I tightened it down, it's stuck in there, it wouldn't push in. So when you go to hand tighten that nut, push that in, hand tighten it, and then come back in. Tighten her down. Alright, that one's in. Now just to throw that out there, the tool that you get with the DeWalt planer, you can use to take off the top and all that. I was hoping it would fit into these, but it does not, so you will have to get your own wrench to take those off. Bummer, that would have been cool. So now you're going to get a couple smaller ones. We already put the two bigger ones in. You get the smaller one right here. This is going to go on the bottom. Now there's a nut that's already built into the base here. That's going to screw into. So all you're going to do is pop that in the bottom like so. Tighten her down. It's the same size. Alright, that should be good. Let's go on the other side. Now remember, you're going to have 4 in total of these ones here. 4 in total of the larger ones, because you're going to have to do this to the other side as well. Okay, it should be good. Alright, we should be able to slide this on either table, on either side, doesn't matter. And we're going to maybe pop this in like so. Slide that in. Slide that other one in, and that's it. So you can see it folds up. Nice. And it's solid, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's do the other one. And again, basically, you're going to have to do the exact same thing on the back side here. So I'm probably going to take that wood out, throw it on the front. That wood actually worked out pretty good. And throw this on the back, I'm sorry. And then on this side as well. And then after this, we're going to open this up and we're going to take a look at those blades. So again, you're just going to take your step Allen, put that in there, push that in. You can put that nut on the back side, tighten it down, do that on each side. All you got to do is take the smaller one. It's actually very simple. And then tighten that down right there. All that's going to do is hold that table in place. Now another issue that we found, and that I've heard people online, because I read the reviews for these, saying is that they run into trouble folding this backside up because of the dust collector. So we're going to see, not the collector, the chute here. So we're going to find out and see if we can figure something out with that as well. Now that way I got these ones in. Man, that's a real pain in the butt. I mean, it's so small up in there, you know, because it's braces or whatever you want to call them. The only way you can do is get that wrench and bring this out. You got to fiddle around with that. So I'm just saying, if you're outside working in the cold like I am and your hands are turning red, it's a little tough to do that. Oh, my hands are cold. Can't turn on the heater because you can't hear the video. But we finally got this last one in. We're going to put the second table on. See how that goes. Push those in. 1, 2, It's really not that bad. It's just kind of a pain getting up underneath there. But they're on. So let's take a look at these here. Alright, let me show you something here, people. Now, you see how this comes up a little bit? It's not perfectly level. A lot of people that I've read online are saying, well, these aren't level and you have to adjust them by these screws right here. I'm guessing these are the screws here because you can't adjust. You don't want to adjust them. These come from the factory this way. If you adjust this completely flat, you're going to end up with more snipe than what you would have if you would have just left it alone. That's bringing that wood out and it's coming up so that roller doesn't chew up as much. Now, we're going to leave this like it is. The other side has that same pitch to it. It's not completely flat. It's not completely level. Don't freak out about that. Now, here's another issue that a lot of people I've read reviews online about saying is that it doesn't fold up. Well, they're right to an extent. I mean, it does fold up. You have to bring this all the way up, but it's not staying up. And I'm looking at this and I see why it's not staying up. Check this out right here. When I bring this up, watch where this hits. That right there is hitting there, and it's hitting on the other side. So when you bring this up, it's not letting it go the whole way. The other thing I noticed is that when this thing comes up, even if you were to get this all the way up, it's going to hit this anyway. So it's really not a great design. Now what you could do is grind or cut just a little area off in the back right here. And that would eliminate that. But I'm curious if I were to bring this table down and rest this on top, if that would hold that up there. Yeah, so unfortunately I brought this all the way down where it was touching it. It just wants to push it out. So to an extent they're right. Well, they are right. It's just not a very good design, you know, with that plug there. And I'm not sure why, that if they're hearing so many complaints about this, why they wouldn't just kind of cut this off a little bit where it's flat, and that way it could come up and hit without having to worry about it. I guess if you do it hard enough, it'll stay. Nah, not really. So yeah, they are correct when it comes to that. So I'm hoping if I chop that down a little bit, that'll fix the issue. So now comes the moment of truth. We have snipe on both ends here. I'm hoping that that helps eliminate some of that, or at least mitigate it a little bit. What's really going to be nice about these is that I don't have to really run across to the other side, to the back side, and hurry up and grab my wood before it falls over. At least maybe that'll offer some stability. So I'm excited about that, but I want to see if it helps with the snipe. So I'm going to take off, let's see here, 1/16 of an inch. All right, here we go. So what I was saying was it actually stops this from, you know, wanting to fall off. So that's nice. I already really like that, but I'm curious about the snipe, so let's take this out. Let's see what we got. Now you can see that there's still snipe. There's snipe here. Snipe out on the back. You can see those lines. But that being said, I'm going to go on the other side where we ran it without the tables. And here's your snipe. This definitely feels almost like a slope. It's a lot more on the side that was ran without the folding tables than the side that was ran with the folding tables. So you only have that little line, a little bit of a difference here, where on this side you can definitely feel much more from the side that was ran without the folding tables. So does it eliminate it completely? Nope. But does it reduce it? Absolutely, yes it does. What about this pesky line right here? I gotta be honest with you, really irritated. I've only been running pine through this for about a week, and check out that line, you can see it. Especially by this knot right here. Looks like I have a nick in the blades. Again, I've only been running this for a week. Softer wood, I'm guessing it hit a knot and maybe, I don't know, I took a little chunk out of the blades. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up, and I am going to see if I can figure this out. Now, very simple to take this off. You got that wrench right here that they give you. You're going to take this out, this, and this, and this is just going to pop off the top. So let's do that. All right, now that we got those all loose, all we're going to do is pop the top. It allows you inside the machine. Now, even though there's a safety device on here, you still want to make sure that you unplug it. You know, I'm just being honest with you guys. For the price of this planer, you would think that they would throw the $49 folding tables in with that, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. So now we're going to take these wing nut off here. You got 3 of them. Now underneath here is where your chips are collected and then thrown out by the blower. We should be able to get right to the knives from here. Once those are out, all you got to do is lift up on this. There's a little self-locker here, open, close. Just pull it out like so. Now you are in where the blades are at. Now on the blades, you're going to have to take out these bolts here. This is where that little tool that you get on top of the planer comes in handy. So you're just going to loosen all these ones up, take them out. I'll show you how that blade removes as soon as I get all these out. Alright, now that we got all those out, some magnet on the back of this, put it on there, pop that out like so, and set it down on top, yes. And here's your blade right there. Now what's cool about these is that you can actually set these down and you can slide these on that little carriage, I guess you would say bolt. It would slide back and forth, so if you did have a nick somewhere, you could always do this and maybe eliminate that, but we're just going to take it over, we're going to flip it, rotate it, not turn it upside down. I know everybody likes the terminologies on these videos, so we're just going to take it off and we're going to rotate it and make sure that it goes right there in that notch, like so. Alright, let's flip this over like this. We're going to put this back down on top. Got to make sure that you got this little bubble right here. Put that right back on top like so. And tighten those down real nice and tight. Alright, we're just tightening these down now after we rotated that. Whatever you want to call it. I got to be honest with you, I don't care about the terminology. Just do what I showed you in the video. Tighten them down nice and tight. And once you do that, you got two more blades that you're going to do. Hopefully this will take out that line. Now you do have a lever right here that you push down, and that will help turn those blades a little easier. Alright, now that we got that other one here, we're going to take this out. We're going to rotate, we're going to reverse, we're going to flip-de-doo, whatever you want to call it. Just like so. And now all we're going to do here, as soon as my magnet releases, put this right back up on top. Tighten it down again. So it's a pretty quick process. I'm hoping it works. Alright, let's tighten these up now. We got one more to go. And again, to turn these, all you gotta do is push that lever down and then turn it like so. That's it. So there's our last one. Take these out, turn it, we're gonna put them back in again. Alright, now that we got these all reversed, turned over, flipped, whatever, we're going to take this here, we're going to put it back up on top. It goes in like so. Alright, now that we got these all turned around, reversed, flipped, whatever, we're going to put this back on here like so. I'm just going to go in. You're going to push it down. Now you're going to put your wing nut screws here into the three slots that we took them out. We'll put the top back on and we're going to try it out. Alright, we're going to put this back on top like so. We'll tighten these down. Should be ready to go. Alright, we're going to take a 32nd of an inch off this. Again, I'm hoping that line that we had removed. Praise the Lord, it's gone. Gone. Thank goodness. Now just to show you, before we reversed, flipped, changed, flippy-dooed those blades, that was the line right there. You can see it plain as day, and you come over here and it's gone. Now that being said, I'm really kind of irritated that I've only had this for about a week and they already nicked the blades. Now I think what I'm going to do eventually is get the spiral cutting heads. I think that's going to eliminate all of that. But seriously, for $550, $600. Number one, I think this should have come with the folding tables. They didn't. Okay, whatever. But honestly, a nick in the blades, and I know they can happen within an inch of material, but this is pine all. It got some knots, and if this is what you're using constantly, over and over again, if you're a professional woodworker, you know, and you didn't invest in those, you know, cutting heads, which are about $300-400 a piece, you know, how easy is it going to be to nick one of these? I just think it's a little aggravating, that's all. I'm just being honest with you. So at the end of the day, this doesn't come up and hold. I mean, there's some things that you can do, I think, to, you know, maybe mitigate that. You can even put a bungee cord on there if you wanted to. It's not the prettiest thing, but you're going to have to raise this up. I do like how it runs out and that board will sit on there instead of it being so short when I'm running over here and trying to get it before it falls off. So that's nice. Does it completely eliminate snipe? It hasn't for me, but it dramatically reduced it. I mean, you barely feel it on here, whereas the other side, you definitely can. So as far as it goes with that, yeah, definitely an improvement. They also showed you how easy it was to, you know, flip those knives around and then eliminate that line going through the wood because of the nick. So at the end of the day, you know, did it completely eliminate the snipe as I was hoping? No. You know, is it much better and much smoother now because of what we did after we reversed those blades? Yeah. I hope it helps. If it has, thumbs up, subscribe. Check us out at toolreviewzone.com. Come say hi to us on Instagram and Twitter. We'll be back with more reviews and how to.